What up, what up, what up, everybody? It's your boy X coming to you from PressPlayToYourDestiny.com. And I want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people that's new on the path, if you're just now traveling the path of enlightenment, spirituality, higher consciousness, awareness, whatever you want to call it, at some point in your path, you're going to come across esoteric ways of thinking, esoteric teachings, and the occult. And I think naturally, by us not knowing or understanding what they really mean, we tend to have certain biases against them and say, "Oh, I don't want to learn nothing about that because I already know the occult is something dealing with Satanism." No. But as you travel, that's the purpose of the path. Remember, while you're traveling down the path, it's to break away from those old ways of thinking and to become enlightened or illuminated with your understanding. Now, it's about your understanding. You are traveling the path to gain your own understanding, not somebody else's. Okay. With that being said, I think you need to understand what exactly esoteric teachings and the occult is. Okay, and I'm going to start with esoteric because I think that's pretty easy. All esoteric teachings are as defined by the dictionary, um, to be understood by a certain group of people, or a message only, a way of thinking, or for or culture only for a specific group of people. And if you think about it, our whole world, is involved in esoteric ways of thinking. As people, we tend to group ourselves. Think about fraternities, sororities, social clubs. These people all have an esoteric way of thinking, period. You know what I mean? They have a way of thinking that's specific to them as a group of people. That's all a esoteric way of thinking is, period. At its simplest form now, when we get deeper into esoteric teachings, like let's just say a type of esoteric teaching is considered the Kabbalion or Hermeticism. That's a form of esoteric teaching. Everybody might not agree with it, but it's just the same thing with, let's just say, Christianity and somebody that's a Christian or a Jehovah's Witness. You would say that they believe in the concept of a universal or a supreme God, but the teachings, what they believe, tend to be different, and that's what makes one group's teaching esoteric. So I guess you could say esoteric is just specific to a specific group of people. That's it. That's what esoteric teaching is, period. You might have, if you're in school or you got homies, y'all might have your own belief. I'm going to just say, I got friends who believe that, weed is and I'm talking about marijuana. They believe that marijuana heals the body, that marijuana is more of a spiritual, um, is more of a spiritual thing than anything. Whereas other people say, regardless of what you say, it's a drug and it's wrong to use it. Well, again, this goes back to an esoteric way of thinking. In both instances, they're esoteric. Y'all feeling me? Okay. So, esoteric thinking and the occult actually rolls into the same thing, okay? And I'm going to put it together for you. When you hear the word occult, what do you think about? Well, Satanism, magic, the Illuminati, uh, stuff like that. Really, just stuff that we don't really know much about. You know what I mean? Stuff that's a secret. The occult is simply defined as hidden from view. That's it. When you go back to the early origins of the occult, before it was even called the occult, when we had animism in caveman times, and then we had the shamans, and then we had the people that practiced magic. Because I want to say these higher levels of spirituality weren't necessarily accepted. These practices, they weren't accepted and formed the occult. See what I mean? So in essence, because a lot of people think, oh, when you talk about magic, oh, you just talking about black magic and bad. No, there's actually good magic. And when you're getting into things like alchemy and stuff like that, that's when you're getting into teachings of the occult. See what I mean? Now, over the years, there has been a lot of negative connotations put on the word the occult because a lot of people, because it's hidden from view, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, the Illuminati, that's the occult," uh, or witchcraft or Wiccans and stuff like that. That's the occult. You're right; it is an occult, and it's an esoteric way of thinking. Now, all occults aren't bad. Yes, you have Satanism, you got demonism, you have all of these things that are negative. But again, I stress to you, when you run past the occult, understand that the root word in occult, you have culture. And that's just their way of doing things. Now, if it's hidden from view, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Think about if you're in a social club or organization, or I'm gonna make it even more simple, a business. You are the customer service rep. The supervisors, the managers, and the executive personnel, do you think you know everything going on at the top of the company? No. The occult. Period. That's what the occult is. It's just hidden from view. Do you think as a cashier worker that you know what the CEO of Walmart is doing? No. So in a form, if you look at the occult that way, you could see how you could just draw parallels, okay? So on a spiritual path, you have to understand that a lot of the stuff that you think you have to retrain your mind, retrain what you think you know about certain situations. The occult just means hidden from view. That's everything. You know what I mean? If I am a Christian and I meet a person that's a Muslim, well, in a sense, their religion is going to be a cult. If I only practice Christianity, but this person practices the Islamic faith, certain teachings are going to be different. Certain teachings are going to be specific to those groups of people. Here you have an occult or the occult because certain things are hidden from view. So a lot of times we think that when we say hidden from view, even the Illuminati, come on now, and the Illuminati is just something that is, if they were, even if they was a secret, they ain't a secret no more. Everybody, when they talk about conspiracy or anything, they talk about Illuminati. Not understanding Illuminati just means the illuminated ones. See what I mean? A lot of people have turned this organization into a demonic Satan worship, but the word Illuminati, to be illuminated, higher forms of consciousness, to walk on a spiritual path. That's all the word Illuminati means, to be illuminated, to be consciously aware. So it kind of kills me when I hear people make comments about, oh, well, yeah, when you're getting into a certain type of way of thinking or an esoteric way of thinking, people, oh, yeah, well, you the Illuminati. You're a part of the Illuminati. Well, hell, if that's what you want, if that's how you relate to higher forms of consciousness, then by all means, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? They just a group of people, a cult, have their own ways of teaching and thinking. Esoteric occult. Period. And with you, if you have friends, if you've ever been in a club or even in a business, all of the different levels are forms of occultism and esoteric ways of thinking. Period. There isn't very much more for me to say there, but to get you to understand that you have to learn to seek answers for yourself. Seek answers for yourself and gain your own understanding. Understand. It's not hard. So yeah, Occult, esoteric ways of thinking are only bad depending on how you're approaching it, and cut that. It's not even bad. It all just depends on what group, what practices that they're engaging in. Period. But there are forms of occultism around you every day. There's forms of esoteric teachings and thinking around you everywhere, all the time. Okay? Even even from your home to the next person's home, there are certain things done hidden from view. And they ain't got to be bad things. It's just something that I don't know about you, that I don't understand. But we call that bad. Get your knowledge up, people. Learn, understand, grow, and press play to your destiny and vision. Until next time, get your knowledge up.